dude. It feels like you've been cutting weight for like 8 months.
It feels like everything sounds good in terms of like food. I crave pickles.
Pickles.
So like 0 calories. Here's a word of advice. Don't ever get fat. Stay kind of low. Lift weights. My name is Joey Balistreri. I am a brown belt here at 10th Plant South Bay in San Diego, California. I teach the kids classes here. I teach the fundamentals here. A random occasion where there's a spot that needs to be filled throughout the week, I'll teach a class there. I'm obviously very apparently notorious. My character has been defamed multiple times on this channel.
Basic Fitness, I want to thank PJ, Joey Balistreri.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Good energy. No one has a big ego besides PJ. Actually, and Joey. Joey probably has the biggest ego in the gym. I'll say that.
Apparently, my ego is very big, as you could tell from today. Show a clip of me not being egotistical. I'm not egotistical at all. I've been training with PJ at this time now about 7.5 years or so. At the time, we were at an old gym, and it was in its infancy, essentially. It was before the gym was even called a 10th Planet gym. There was just 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu inside of it. The place itself wasn't the whole gym known as 10th Planet. This guy walks in one day, and his name's PJ Barch. He was a newer brown, or at the time, he was a brown belt, but a newer black belt. And there's probably like 4 people on the mats, and that was a decently sized class. So it's been a long time coming. It's been a journey for not only myself, but obviously for him and the gym. And it's been cool the last couple of years to be able to follow him through being at that gym, to a backyard, to that gym, to this gym, to now his own gym. So I'm stoked for him, and I'm stoked to have the opportunity to be a part of it, not only as a coach, but as an active competitor and a student. So, stoked for you, PJ.
The way I've been setting up a lot of Z-guard or a half guard of some sort, we have to be working inside positioning, right? Winning all the inside hand fighting, as well as doing one of 2 things, either an off balance, like a knee lever, or we can maybe lift and look to invert in some way. They're going in some way or another where they're getting them elevated, getting them moving, and getting into a position where he has to be on the defense now, and I can be more offensive, obviously. We're here in the Z guard, okay? We're looking to win always inside positioning, right? I never wanted to where Rudy is being able to cross face in any which way, or go for this over back, any kind of positioning that he's winning inside. I constantly have to pummel, get myself inside with both my hands and my knee to be here. So I bring this hand, ankle, I'm checking this far post on his shoulder, and I'm bringing this from the outside just to the end like this, across, okay? I don't really have to worry about the leg weave yet. What I have to worry about now is pushing this bottom foot, getting this knee on my chest, okay? Now we can start our leg weave, and we can start getting on our toes to elevate up, coming through, okay? But that entry is very important, because if we don't have the proper connections, we're probably going to be in a severely worse position than where we were before, right? So we're here. Once I've solidified an inside positioning, cross shoulder post, foot on the ankle, and I'm starting to elevate and lift here and pull. Foot comes across, hand comes as deep as I can get. I like to do this rear naked choke grip like this. I'm rear naked choking Rudy's left leg here, excuse me, right leg. This is what's most important, is maintaining this, okay? The second that we start getting really shallow with how deep our arm is, we're gonna run into some issues. So we're getting here, nice and deep. Now I'm folding this in across, leg weaving, and I'm building myself up. I need to be able to invert all the way through, and bring my knees to my chest, all while I'm starting to get this leg on the outside. When you're going for that inversion, we have to start thinking about getting this leg bent, so when we land, it's bent, okay? If I have this bow, is what they call a bow, where from his foot knee, his hip, both happening in this direction, right?
Planet
Going
Spring
across.
Valley. It was our first gym. It was the gym that PJ was at first when he became a black belt. So I had the privilege of seeing him come into his own as this inexperienced teacher and coach, having to learn how to run his own squad, learn how to teach while still compete and train, and then advance it to where it's now 10x, 20x, 30x what it was back then. Back in the day, it was awesome because it really made you appreciate two people coming into the mat, you know. We used to call each other the noon goons, you know, a couple of us back in the day with PJ. We were the noon goons. We were there every single day at noon. I remember one day I was like, hey, dude, there's like a lot of people on the mats. It was like 6 people. It was like 6 people. It puts things in perspective of, especially if you go from like where you were to where you are now, it makes you appreciate all of those little moments you had where 6 people was a big class. You know, we had a small little gym, not a lot of mat space, obviously not a lot of guys, but we still, you know, worked pretty hard, grew our community where it went from being a small little group to where we extended it a little bit. And then we moved to the back where there was a big old group of not only grapplers, but of mat space. So that was cool. I'll never, ever, ever forget how awesome the heydays were at 10th Planet Spring Valley. It's cool being able to just go from that to, you know, this.
Okay, so here's how we're gonna start with the games that we're gonna be playing. So we're gonna start in Z, okay? And all I'm looking to do for the person on the bottom is one of two things. Sweep, right? Getting some kind of off balance in some way. Or we can start to invert and start to go in that direction, okay? I don't want us to get here and then just start thinking like detaching. Trust your Z guard, trust your half guard. If you have a really good butterfly half, which is this position here, use that as well, okay? Trust what your capabilities are in this position, okay? Whether it is, like I said, it's a Kazushi where we're getting him moving in whatever manner, or we can use it to invert, to get him moving, right? To come out the back. Now we can be on the offensive here, okay? What I pretty much don't want us to do is to stand up and completely disengage. Person on top, be very active, right? Encroach their guard, keep it difficult for them, look to pass and everything, okay? But let's try not to disengage. Butterfly half, right? If you want to work on those ball sweep entries, great. You're gonna be doing it on a person who's giving you live resistance, right? Where all we're looking for is an off balance of some sort, right? Where we can start to fight and come up on top. Or we're looking to get him moving in a direction, invert underneath him, get him over the top. And then we could be offensive here, okay? If you're not a guard person, this is the best way to learn how to have a really good guard. Really like a really dangerous guard, really active guard. This is teaching in general, especially here, because of all the things that the aforementioned things about where we came from to where we are now, especially because of that. Teaching is something I've always dreamed of, to be able to have the trust, you know, because it takes a lot of trust for PJ to have us teach his students. And in school, you have a brand new person that's never grappled in their life coming in, and they leave the mats and they're like, I've never done that before, but I'm glad I did. You know, it's like your opportunity to make this person's day or life or week or whatever it may be, put an influence on them, try to teach them something that you've been working on, something that you think is obviously beneficial, whether it's like a self-defense thing or, you know, helping them get a weight loss journey, whatever it may be. To be involved with every single one of them when you're in class and trying to make sure you're doing the best at it is what is so joyful. It's something brand new every single day. And every time I walk in here, I can't believe I have the opportunity to. And there's definitely times where I'm like, I don't know if I even, am I here? Like, is this an opportunity that's real? Why me? But you know what? All because I'm kind of funny.
And handsome.
And I mean, I want to say handsome. My mom thinks I'm handsome.
That's all that matters. My dog thinks I'm cool. Whatever. You know, it's gonna be cliche, but jiu-jitsu does save lives. As a person that needs self-defense, as a person that is going down a really dark road, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, it keeps you on a straight and narrow, and it also allows you to, hopefully, if you do these things correctly, anything that you do correctly, is going to keep you on a regimen, right? Like, I'm very regimented on when I train, when I teach, all those things is great. Every day, 6:30. You're going to make that day count? Yeah, go in and train. I like to call it earning the night off. So like, I don't want to go home and for free and go into my bed and do all these things. I want to earn it. So it keeps you accountable. You have all these people in here that want the best for you. You have a coach that has expectations of you and hopes that you have expectations for yourself. It's an individual sport as well, which is difficult for people to grasp, because a lot of them are used to football, baseball, soccer, where you have a lot of people to lean on to pick up your slack. Not everyone needs to be a competitor, but if you have expectations for yourself, which I hope everyone would, it keeps you very, very, very accountable in terms of your progress, physically, mentally, all those things. It's great. I recommend jiu-jitsu for everyone. Children, teens, men, women, the elderly, doesn't matter. Everyone should train. So come take a class. I saw a video earlier of Nicholas Marigali and Giancarlo Bodoni, multi-time world champions. Fit the mats. No one is above the mats. You know, except if you're PJ and Dave sometimes. I teach kids classes Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And I teach the fundamentals class Mondays and Fridays. I'm going to be competing a lot more in general. This year I've competed more than I have ever, really. I got a sponsorship with Gold. Love those guys. If you need some sweet gear, link in my bio. You get a free bar of soap when you're done at checkout. I'll tell you right now, great company. Local company too. My main goal right now is looking for Nogi Worlds at the end of the year. I'm trying to stay as active as possible. I have an Instagram page, Joey B10P. I'm trying to post way more on there. I'm trying to be very active. I try to use my social media, showing my progress to hold myself accountable, and hopefully people hold me accountable too, whether it's how I'm trying to get stronger, or I'm trying to get more mat time, or I'm preparing for competition, or whatever it may be. I'm trying to be very open about how I traverse through this competitor aspect of my game, but as well as my coaching aspect of the game, and everything in between that. So I've been around other gyms, you know, jiu-jitsu gyms and everything. There's a bunch of gyms that do it great. I'm just gonna speak on my own behalf, on what I've experienced. My relationship with the coaches here are amazing, because everyone else's relationship with the coaches and the coaches' relationship with everybody else is amazing. It's cliche to say, but this is a family. When you walk in here, it feels like a family. I have people that teach or that tell me, you know, on the side, like, man, I feel really comfortable when I come in here. Like, I don't feel like there's a lot to it. It's just you guys like to train and you guys like each other a lot. And I think we have a very special bond over most other gyms, or because of our background of going from here to there to there to now where we're here, and everyone kind of stuck with it. You know, there might have been some people that have left here and there, but the core people that have been here from day one, you can feel how important this group is with them. You know, like this, every person that walks in these mats, I try to legitimately look at them like they're my family. I don't have much of a family. I don't have much of hobbies. I work and I come here and I train and I like my dog. That's about it. So all these people are very important to me, and I would love for people to come down here and witness it and be a part of it, because it is something very, very special. And I have the, you know, great fortune of being able to see it every single day. And it means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to PJ, and I know it means a lot to everyone in here of how much of a bond everyone has. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, share it, tell your mom about it, tell your neighbor about it, tell them to come take a class, please. But for real, thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel and our gym. For those that come for open mat or just take a class in general, we really appreciate it. I have my Instagram, Joey B10P. We have our Instagram, 10P South Bay, I think. 10P SB. What is it? South Bay?
Tempe South Bay, yeah. Just follow it.
But just follow it. Don't talk about it. Just follow it.
Just follow it.
See what the next comments.
Right on. Thank you so much, Joey.